My name is Jennifer O'Neill. I am a candidate for the Instructional Technology Education Specialist degree at Kennesaw State University. I designed and implemented a capstone project entitled, How Does the Starfall Reading Program Impact Dibble's Reading Scores of Kindergarten English Language Learners? I chose this research topic because I am a kindergarten teacher working at an ESOL school. The majority of my students were English language learners that struggled in reading. They produced scores that required immediate interventions. As a basis for my research project, I wanted to find the best resources to improve the reading scores of my struggling students. To begin the project, I reviewed a vast amount of literary sources. Several relevant themes helped to guide me and were valuable resources for this project. They were the rationale for scoring standardized tests, foundational skills in reading for kindergartners, reading goals and objectives for kindergartners, and educational software for reading interventions. The research indicated in order for an intervention to be successful, there must be a coherent assessment system, one that will employ several forms of assessments cohesively. Reading achievement test outcomes could be considered valid for reading comprehension. They could also be used to make important educational decisions regarding retention and promotion. The results can further dictate appropriate reading comprehension strategies and skills necessary to succeed on subsequent reading achievement tests. Some believe that using these tests as a measure of reading comprehension can be problematic because of the cultural biases present in some tests, the context in which the tests are administered, and that some tests oversimplify reading comprehension by ignoring the complicated process by which the reader interacts to specific texts when constructing meaning. Also, in kindergarten, teachers are advised to quickly transition to word meaning after some assurance that most students have an understanding of the foundational skills such as phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, and vocabulary. Some educators believe that it is unfair to apply these same reading goals to ELLs. These students have additional goals to master simultaneously. Many have to build oral language skills, learn a new language, all while attempting to acquire and develop literacy skills. The definition of literacy has transformed from simply reading and writing to include a student's understanding of how to process and grow academically using technology. With permission from their parents, 12 kindergarten students, all of Hispanic descent, participated in this research study. The students are English language learners, all are struggling readers, and produced low scores on the Dibbles assessment taken during the winter semester. The students had another opportunity to retest during the spring semester. A quantitative approach was used to determine how Starfall reading had an impact on Dibble's reading scores of the 12 ELLs. The study was conducted in my classroom. A pre- and post-test research design was used for this study. During the winter semester, the ELLs were administered Dibble's pre-test on first sound fluency and letter naming fluency. Any student that scored between a range of 0 to 42 required intensive support to increase the reading scores. All of the students in this study pre-test scores indicated that they were not on track for grade level reading success. Upon the advice of my academic reading coach, I used the Starfall reading software as an intervention to improve reading scores in first sound fluency and in letter naming fluency. The ELLs were provided 12 weeks of Starfall intervention before taking the Dibbles post-test during the spring semester. Starfall Reading is an online computer program that provides enrichment skills in reading, phonics, fluency, and letter naming. Starfall rates as one of the top research-based programs implemented by teachers. Starfall also aligns with Common Core standards. The data analysis consisted of a one-tailed t-test based on the results from the Dibbles assessment. I hypothesize upon the completion of the Starfall reading program, students' reading scores are expected to increase. During the analysis, I calculated the pre-test and post-test mean scores for the first sound fluency and letter naming fluency components of the DIBELS assessment. The analysis was used to determine if there were statistically significant differences in the student scores in these two areas after the intervention. In first sound fluency, the post-test mean of 33.5 is higher than the pre-test mean of 5.3. This indicated that the difference is statistically significant. I failed to reject the null hypothesis. There is a 5.48% degree of certainty that one will notice a significant difference among the scoring of the students pre-test and post-test. In letter naming fluency, the post-test had a greater mean of 27.5 than the pre-test results, 10.33. This also indicated the difference is statistically significant as well. There is a 3.41% degree of certainty that one will notice a significant difference among the pre- and post-test means. The conclusion is the Starfall reading program had a significant impact on the English language learners' reading scores. For future studies, I recommend that all teachers integrate technology when teaching. However, all should be confident of their implementation practices and knowledge of technology in the classroom, as both could influence student reading scores. An effective teacher desires to see their students reach the highest potential attainable. Sadly, these teachers are often challenged when it comes to teaching ELL students, and especially when adding technology. This is often the case for teachers that have taught for many years. It is not that they lack the skills to teach, they simply have not received adequate training in new technology. These teachers must take advantage of professional development opportunities in order to stay abreast of new technology. Teachers also find the task most difficult when they have to teach students whose first language is not English. Teaching ELL through technology does not have to be met with anguish if the teachers adhere and implement the National Educational Technology Standards for students. Many of their problems with ELLs can be resolved. These standards are the technological guiding principles for teachers to present to students. For instance, teachers are to facilitate and encourage student creativity while learning. The NETs suggest that teachers should take what they already know about a subject, incorporate it with a degree of technology for success. During this research project, I strengthened my abilities to adhere to deadlines, develop methodology, conduct research practices, and reach conclusions through thoughtful analysis. This capstone and the courses before it were extremely challenging. I still struggle with APA citations, but now I am aware of resources to assist me. I was also dealing with a major medical issue that required surgery and hospitalization. I was forced to leave my students in the hands of other capable teachers. However, on the bright side, I was able to implement instructional technology at its finest. Using Skype and FaceTime technology, I had the opportunity to teach a lesson and give a sight word test from home. I can personally say, through all the highs and lows, ups and downs, technology works, and it is here to stay. My time at Kennesaw University has made me a better educator, taught me resilience to face adversity, and the best methods of integrating educational technology. Charles M. Lanier, Junior Vice President for Research and Design of Graduate College at KSU, says, "The creation of new knowledge through research is an important part of the graduate program at KSU." This is true, and ambitious students like me are prospering in supportive academic research environments. We are becoming visionary leaders in our professional fields. I will leave KSU and return to my school with a newfound confidence and knowledge in educational technology that will help me to achieve my vision of ushering my students into the 21st century with technology.